our person to person average is like 30 to 35,000 a month. We're so close to scratching the surface of a million.
Hold on. So 30 something people doing $1 million a month. You should be screaming that. You know how many fucking people are out there speaking on stages and have big followings that their average writer does fucking $3,800 a month?
Yeah.
$4,200 a month. It's disgusting. All right, guys, welcome back. Another episode of the Insurance Insiders podcast. I have Austin Marsh today, another young killer in the space. It's getting all too common, dude, and I'm getting old at the same time. So it's a fun combination to see. A bunch of y'all killing it. Another door-to-door background.
Mm-hmm.
And how long you been playing in this space?
So I started selling books door to door when I was 18, which was summer of 2017.
Okay.
Yeah.
Got it.
Yeah. So I was a freshman in college. I was actually playing college soccer at the time. So I was up in Northern Ohio at the University of Findlay.
Got it.
Small D2 school. Long story short there, I just was really looking to focus on school and focus on career.
Were you?
You realize after a year of playing D2 soccer, you might not become a professional soccer player. So
Good realization.
yeah.
Yeah.
And anyway, I was gonna come back home. I'm from Kentucky, so I, grew up. All my buddies from college or from high school really wanted to go to the University of Kentucky. I always wanted to go to the University of Kentucky, but that was what everybody else was doing. So I did something a little bit different, went to go play soccer in Ohio,
Yeah.
but ultimately wanted to get back to Kentucky and focus on studying there and doing different things. God
Nice.
played a huge part in this. I was really a part of like a strong Christian community in Kentucky, and going and
That's cool.
playing college soccer kind of removed me from that. And I was like, oh God, dude, I need community again. And I understand why people long to be with other people, like-minded
Yeah.
people, when they're trying to do something like this. So anyway, I came back to Kentucky, and one of my friends who was gone all summer, that previous summer, we were like, man, where the heck did you go? And she had come home and she was like, yeah, I got to go to North Carolina, and I, made like 20 grand. And, my sales manager is going to be in town sometime this spring. Like, you definitely come and, get to hear about it, da, 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 da. So I was, again, playing soccer at the time. It was something that was off in the distant future that I didn't really pay much attention to until it was spring, where everybody is looking for things to do in the summer as a college kid. So I'm like, man, what am I going to do this summer? I was a lifeguard in high school every single summer up to college. So I figured that I'd probably just go home and lifeguard again. And but she reapproached me and said, hey, I know we talked, however many weeks ago about the job I got to do last summer. My sales manager is going to be in town these dates. Like, what do you think about meeting up with her? And I was like, yeah, like, like I'm not opposed to that. So we met at a Panera Bread, just me and her sales manager, and she had walked me through what the summer program looked like, door to door, 80 hours a week, straight commission, 7:59 to 9:31 p.m. every day. And from in Austin, this was everything that 18-year-old Austin needed at that time and wanted.
Did you really?
Because
That's unique. Yeah.
yeah, when I was growing up, I always knew I wanted to do something great with my life, and I always knew I wanted to be an entrepreneur. So when I was in seventh grade, I even did a book report on entrepreneurship. So stars kind of aligned when I heard about
Yeah.
selling books and learning how to sell. Yeah.
Craziness. I got my 17-year-old dude, Braden. He just left last night, yesterday afternoon for a flight to Germany, where he's going on like an entrepreneurial it's something with the school. Some kind of
Gotcha. Yeah.
entrepreneur-based trip in Germany that they're doing. I think they just named it that as an excuse for me to pay for him to go to Germany.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
but he's around some good Christian wannabe entrepreneur kids for the week, so I'm fired
Yeah.
up. But he can get licensed at 18 in like 6 months, and
That's cool.
yeah. So I have him working the phones now. I'm trying to get him to skip like the steps a lot of y'all made.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like I didn't think, dude, I wasn't thinking like this at your age now, much less at middle school, high school. I mean, I had little inklings of like, oh, one day maybe something cool will happen, but I didn't
Yeah.
do anything about it, which
Yeah.
is neat to see. You actually went and did something about it.
Yeah, man. So I grew up in a very low income family. Like
Hmm.
my mom had me when she was 18. She had my older
Okay.
sister when she was 15 or 16.
No shit. Okay.
So
That's
yeah,
my kind of background. I know that
yeah,
world.
dude. And so yeah, and I imagine the way that your son is growing up is like, dude, you don't even understand where I'm
Mm-mm.
from, you know?
No, he don't have a
So
clue.
yeah, so and my mom's parents are both her dad's from Europe, mom's from South America. That's
I know.
also a
Yeah.
crazy story how they met, but just like making it out the mud, man.
Yeah.
Like grandparent to a grandparent, apartment to apartment, and so I just always like yeah, I always knew I want to do something great with my life. I want to get the heck
That's
out of
good.
here. I want to do something cool. I want to,
Yeah.
so I just really like I just dug deep. Like the only thing I knew growing up, I think, was if I want to be successful, I know I have to do good in school. Like that's the
Okay.
only thing you're really told as a kid.
Yeah.
It's like if you want to be successful, do good in school. And then I got into sports and I was like, okay, well, if I can do good at school and sports, like I can maybe make something of myself one day and I'm not going to be trapped here. So that was pretty much the trajectory. I had a
That's
pretty
cool.
strong why. Like I had a lot of
Yeah.
emotional purposes of why,
Sure.
I wanted to be successful and work really hard. So
Yeah.
again, yeah, when I heard about learning how to sell books and learning how to lead yourself and how to motivate yourself and work through apathy and work through rejection and just what all that entails with the character development and the skills, I was like, dude, I'm ready. Let me do that.
Did you
So
know that going in that was the process for this summer thing? Like all
no,
those things you
I
just said? Or is
so
that
I
looking
did.
back, you were like, oh shit, these are all the things I
Right.
learned?
Yeah. I mean, it's the summer selling books door to door is only something that you can go and experience for yourself. You can try to explain it, describe it, but you
Hmm.
don't know until you do it.
Yeah.
And going into just like an informational meeting about it, I didn't know anything about the program. I just knew that one of my good friends was really jacked up about it, that I trusted, and was like, hey, you should definitely come and hear about this. And then I found out that her dad sold books when he was in college, like way back in the day.
Ah,
And
there,
then,
you know,
and she comes from a big family, and like five or six of her siblings did the program. So I'm like, man, this is like crazy, man. You guys are just
dude.
breeding book people. Yeah.
I think I've interviewed like 3 or 4 people now that have this same book selling background. I've
Yeah.
never heard of this shit. I'm 48, dude. I've never heard of this till I met y'all like
Yeah.
last year. I
Yeah.
was like, wait, y'all, that many people buy book. I still don't even know what the hell the books are y'all are selling. And I've had 3 people
Yeah.
explain it to me, and I still don't. I'm like,
Yeah.
encyclopedias? Like I remember those.
Yeah. Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know?
Definitely.
Yeah,
Well,
but it clearly works.
yeah. Yeah. I mean, it's an entrepreneurial program.
Yeah.
And if you do well your first summer, then they'll want you to, come back and be able to recruit and train your own team. And I thought, man, if I can learn how to lead myself and then come back, get some of my buddies to do this, maybe lead a few people, and then come back and eventually kind of
Yeah.
work my way up into becoming an organizational leader where you get to lead 15, 20, 30, 40 people into the summer and help manage and lead them. I knew that was going to give me the blueprint to be able to build my own business or my own
Sure.
company one day.
Do they
So
sell books the rest of the year? Or is it just a summer
just the
company?
summer. So it's totally promoted and it is like a college type of
Yeah.
internship. Now, you
Yeah.
don't have to be in college to be able to do it, but there's full-time recruiters all across the country on college campuses. So if you go to like career fairs or internship fairs, you'll see Southwestern Advantage at a lot of those, like hiring, recruiting,
Yeah.
getting people's information. And so that's what I did. So I sold books every single summer through college. That's how I paid my way through school because after I transferred, soccer was no longer paying for school. So I had to
Yeah.
figure out a different way, which was selling books. And then through the my college years, I would come back and then I would recruit. I would be on, we'd call it like an in-school recruiting schedule, but dude,
Yeah.
it was me just at UK's campus, meeting people in class, joining organizations and stuff, and bringing them to informational meetings, me learning how to run those meetings on my own,
Yeah.
and then interviewing people and selecting people and then training people. And then the summer is like the peak experience, because
Yeah.
leading up into the summer, I'm just like
Sure.
training my kids on what that all entails. And then yeah. And then so when I graduated from UK, at that point, I had like a pretty decent business. Like even taking an entry level job out of college, I would have taken a decent pay cut. And so I just wanted to continue to grow that and nurture that for a couple of years after I
Sick.
graduated. So I did that. I graduated and then became like a full-time recruiter. And then, but I would also sell. So in the summer,
Sure.
I'm also selling full-time.
What
Yeah.
does that look like? The sales, like what kind of money you bringing home there in the summers, like the progression of
Um,
it,
so like
ballpark.
an average first summer, like a student's probably making like 10 grand, like their first summer. Yeah.
Okay. So that
Um,
in what, 8 weeks or something?
yeah, like well, about 12 weeks. It's like a
12
12
weeks? Okay.
week. Yeah, sometimes longer. We just go based on school schedule. So if we
Yep.
can get a
Yep.
14-week summer in, we will.
You find one. Yep.
Um, but like some of my best summers were closer to like 80,000.
That
Um,
ain't crazy.
yeah, it's crazy. And you hear that when you're 18 and you're like, dude, I
Yeah.
made 1,000 last summer
Hell
or
yeah.
maybe.
Yeah. Yeah.
So yeah, it's
Dang, dude. So it's
yeah,
funny as I hear this, you're saying all the things that we say to start people in insurance, except we weren't smart enough to make it a college program summer. Yeah, I mean, it's just marketing. It's no
yeah,
different. It's just, it's what you just said is what we do.
yeah,
So I bet it's been a cool, relatively easy transition into
yeah,
this space.
totally.
Obviously differences, but
Yeah,
from a core, we do the same thing.
totally. Absolutely. So whenever I was done and I was, because it was kind of like summer camp, like every summer, this is how I explain it. It's like if you're going to summer camp every summer, you're kind of like a camper, and then you become senior camper, and then you become like
Yeah.
camp counselor, and then you become
Yeah.
like regional camp counselor.
Yeah.
And so this is what I did from 18 to 25. And I've
Dang.
never been like a free agent, like on the market, like what
Yeah.
else is out there. So when I did get to that point, at that point I was like, man, well, I know what I have some non-negotiables, things that are just important to me. Things that I definitely love about the company I just came from, things I'm going to be looking for in my next opportunity. And so dude, I had from probably September of 22 through the new year, January 23, I'd spent time, I probably interviewed and job shadowed like 10 different companies.
Wow.
And man, I just from coming from building something and being a part of something so much bigger than yourself, I just couldn't be another salesperson at another company.
Yeah. Yeah.
I just couldn't do it. I just couldn't be
Makes
another
sense.
clog in the wheel. And so when I heard about the opportunity to help build like a company, I was like, it was fireworks.
Yeah.
Like I had, Southwestern had reached out to me later, early 2023 and was basically like, hey, we heard you're thinking about leaving and we'd love to keep you around. What do you think about coming down to Nashville to hear about an opportunity to help, build a company? And so,
So for those that don't know, the same company you worked with selling books decided to get into insurance.
yeah,
That's
so yeah,
essentially what happened.
exactly.
Yeah.
So Southwestern is a family of companies. So Southwestern Advantage is the book selling company, and all of the
Got it.
other companies that are under the umbrella now were all started by previous book people. So Southwestern
Crazy.
Real Estate, we have Southwestern Consulting, we have Southwestern Coaching,
I didn't know that. Okay.
we have a career services. We're just all headhunting, like helping people find jobs and place them into different companies. And I mean, dude, there's
Sick.
20 other companies, but they wanted to get
Crazy.
into the life insurance space. It was just a part of their vision of tapping in. And
Yeah.
yeah, just looking for the right person to do it.
Caught me in the yawn. That's sick, dude. So interesting. When did the insurance take over for you? How long you been doing specifically this?
Yeah, so
Yeah.
I got licensed April of 2023, and my
Okay.
first week selling was in May.
Okay. So you're
So
right at 2 years.
exactly, yeah.
Okay. What's that 2 years look like? How is it different than selling books?
Dude, I tell you what, man, like my life's changed. Like in all the ways that you can freaking imagine.
Let's hear. I don't
Um,
know much. Hey, for those that don't know, to be clear, I do these podcasts. I don't know shit
yeah,
about what I'm getting. I'm just here asking questions, trying to figure it out. I like it
yeah,
this way. And
yeah,
so, my favorite part is like, oh, I'm learning with the people watching.
yeah, definitely. So, um, it's I want to say February of 23, and that's when I make the decision to do this.
Yep. Okay.
It's God timing, John. Like my lease ends at the end of February up in Kentucky,
Okay.
and I told my like that was like my deadline. I'm like, look, I need to find a job by the end of February because I don't want to re-sign my lease here in Kentucky. And my like we wanted to make this happen in March. It got pushed out a little bit more because of all the licensing and that, et
Hmm.
cetera. And then also just moving down to Nashville. Um, but I got started in May. So I came down. I didn't know where to start. I mean, I just like, you know, am pioneering this, trailblazing this
Yeah.
for our company. But if there's anything I do know, it's like if you want to be successful at anything, like you just got to meet other people that are doing what you're doing. And
100%.
you got to put yourself
100%.
out there, shake some hands, reach out, be vulnerable, do that whole ordeal. So when I got to Nashville, I just made it a pretty big priority to start networking with different people. So just through different business groups around Nashville, through Facebook groups. I also was talking to Eric Schmidt. He gave me like a list of 50 different live dials that I could hop on.
Yep.
And
Yep.
so I would hop on those and listen and take notes and originally, because I come from a door-to-door in-person background, I mean, this is such a natural transition.
Yeah.
Even the thought of like, okay, I'm gonna book appointments and people know I'm coming to their house. Like, dude, I'm gonna blow this thing out of the water. Like, that's crazy, that
Yeah.
concept.
Yeah.
So, well, I got here and, I had reached out to some people. I had actually flew out and job shadowed a guy. So I got a better idea of just the optics of like what it actually looks like to phone for appointments and then to go and run them in the field. And
Mhm.
then through the live dials, I got to meet some awesome people. Actually, our good buddies, Freddie and
Yeah.
Maddie and those
Yeah. Yeah.
guys. So Schmitty gives me this long list of live dials and I hop on one. I think at that time it was called like East Coast dials. And I hop on and I'm also like timid because I'm just the new guy. And Freddie's on there just by himself. And I'm like, hey, dude, like, my name's Austin. I'm new here. And he's like, yeah. He's like, bro, listen, ask questions, whatever you need, man. I'm here. I'm here.
Yeah.
So, on Mondays, I'd hop on the live dials. We'd be dialing together. There might be like a couple other people that hopped on, but like, I'm committed. And Freddie was like, a year or two into this business already. So he's committed and he's on
Yeah.
every Monday, every Thursday. So I just got to know him. It's
Yep.
like, it's kind of like those guys that game with other guys they've never met,
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
And there's like, dude, I've never met this dude, but like we're boys. So we just
Yeah.
became buddies through that. And then like around probably my week 2 or 3 of starting, that's when I met Maddie.
Got
So
it.
Maddie hopped on that Zoom and Maddie had just started. So him and I, we say we basically started at the exact same time.
I
And
remember him being brand new in my office,
yeah.
trying to figure it out.
Yeah, exactly. He was down there in
Yeah.
Atlanta, yeah, with you and trying to figure it out in the office. And dude, funny story, you'll appreciate this. So I was on there with Freddie and Maddie had hopped on, but his camera was off. And and I never even met him just yet, but it was just me and Freddie. So I just saw this guy I thought it was a girl, but I was like just this screen on there without the camera. And I was like, I go, yo, Maddie. You go, turn that camera on, girl. We want to say what's up.
Ah.
Dude, and I kid you not, he turns the camera on and he's got it all up in his face and his beard's all in the camera. And I'm like, oh,
I
I'm
can
like,
only
what?
imagine. He's such a trip too.
Dude, and it's the funniest like origin story of I think of anyone I've ever met. Cause I thought it was a girl that was sitting on there. And so
Yeah.
we laugh and we talk about that to this day. But
I'm gonna use that story when I make fun of him for acting like a girl when he was new, because he was here not dialing in my
yeah, yeah,
office.
yeah,
I
yeah,
was
yeah.
like, bro, why are you here?
Yeah.
I'm like, let's go.
Yeah, got to pick it up.
I love it.
So I asked Freddie just after like maybe a few weeks or a month of just getting to know him a little bit more, like, hey dude, like what do you think about me flying to Boston and
Yeah.
shadowing you? Because he's killing it, man. Like he's a top producer month in and month out. And Freddie's like, yeah, dude, come, like whatever you need, man. Like crash on the couch, like, we'll have a good time. Just yeah, so I went up to Boston and shadowed him. We did dials together, set appointments, and then we went in to run them. And I mean, dude, I mean, it just totally like I tweaked so many things I was doing in the
Yeah,
field after watching him do the job.
for sure.
And so I came back and I was just like on fire, dude. Like I was having like
You were
15
selling at this point though.
selling. Yeah, yeah, I
Yeah,
was
because
selling.
I want to be
But
clear. Like, I love that you did all that. And the only reason I want to be clear is some people are watching. You can't call Freddie and go shadow him if you ain't done shit yet. You
exactly,
mean
I was
like you
making
were you
money.
were putting in work?
I was making money. Like
Yeah,
my second week doing this in person. This was before I shadowed Freddie.
yeah,
My second week in person, I got to help like 15 different people get life insurance in the field. I think I wrote up like 13 or 14K that week. And
yeah,
then my third week, I got to help over 20 different people in the field and I wrote over 20K my third week in the field. And I seriously, dude, like I don't have context. I don't know what's good and what's not good, but I
yeah,
was just
yeah,
like, dude, this is so much easier than what I used to do. And you should have seen how conservative I was when I was making the money and seeing the deposits. I was putting that crap away so fast because I
for you.
didn't know
Yeah,
what to expect. I was like, this is a fluke, dude. Like,
yeah,
you can make money this fast. Like, I was like, this is almost too good to be true. And so I was just conservatively putting money away, putting money away. But it wasn't too good
yeah,
to be true. It's
yeah.
like, no, this is legit.
Keeps going.
It just keeps going. Yeah.
What up, y'all? So, YouTube memberships, we have one now. Right next to the subscribe button, there's a neon white join button. You can't miss it. Subscribe, whatever it says. Click the link, get in there. I do a ton of coaching, teaching people how to dial, corrections, working on their presentations, working on their mindset. I will coach on theory, but I like coaching real world stuff. And if you join the membership section, you're going to see live coaching where I'm not only helping people, but every once in a while I get in there and dial myself. There's some cool videos coming out, tons of content.
All of the training videos will be directly on my YouTube channel. That's available to members only. Super easy to find.
So join now if you're interested. Click below. See you in there. What looking back on it, dude, you've seen enough. It's always interesting when, people just don't know what they don't know.
Yeah.
Right. And so people go, 3 weeks in, you made that. Yeah. Did you miss the part where dude was working on his stuff for 7 years? You
Yeah.
know what I mean? Like he
Totally.
was developing himself along the way.
Totally.
So when you sit on your couch for 7 years and then try to do this, it's very difficult.
Yeah.
But when you look back now on the things that you did right, all things being as equal as they can for someone coming in new, where do you think
Hmm.
they go wrong when they come in week 3? Dude, we have people coming in and you see it. They'll make
Yeah.
$500 and the 72 people pick up and they don't even book an appointment. And they're
Yeah.
like, this don't work. And I'm like,
Yeah.
how do you try to articulate that, especially to someone your age?
Right. Totally. So I would say it's for a rookie in the sales game, like
Mhm.
somebody that's just getting into sales, their learning curve is just longer than the vet. It just is. When I got into this, my learning curve wasn't working through rejection. It
Yeah,
wasn't,
correct. Yeah, solid.
how to jump out of bed and like go to the gym and you know what I mean? Like that's not my learning curve. Like that foundation has totally been built. My
Yeah,
learning curve was product knowledge. That was
yeah,
it. Um, where somebody that's a rookie, I mean, they're first. I tell every rookie that we get, and we don't. And granted, and we can talk about this more, but we don't really hire. Like it's a prerequisite that you've been in sales to work with
yeah,
us.
yeah.
So I know a lot of other people build their agency, just
With whoever
randomly.
can breathe. Yeah,
Exactly. But their learning curve is just going to be longer, and they just have to understand that. And so the first 3 months of this job, we call it the habit building phase.
Okay.
So anyone that comes in, and we all, the sacrifice to work with us is you got to move to Nashville, and we help you do that. And
Okay.
you're not like totally isolated on your own. Like, we help you do that. But
So you
um,
don't hire anyone remote right now.
no,
Good for you.
yeah. So we're
I
all in
love it, dude.
person building this office, and we're just
Yep.
basically going to copy and paste just in different locations. Yeah.
How many
Uh,
guys you got there selling now? I know you got a crew.
32,
Yeah. Good for you.
and we're busting out the seams.
Oh
But
yeah.
this is
I
our
brought a
third.
squad to my event.
This is a yeah, yeah, yeah. I was super happy those guys got to go, and
Yeah.
I would have been there. I was just out of the country, but
Yeah.
I
Yeah. No,
was
I remember.
next time for sure. But yeah, like we just did our third office move, and we have five more seats available. So we're like playing Tetris in this office at this point, seeing where we can put new people before we have to like maybe not jump ship, but just add another office.
How do you vet them? Like, what's that process? And once you do vet them, what do you do when you're wrong?
Yeah.
Like, how's that go?
Yeah, 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 for sure. Well, before we interview and bring somebody in, because we bring people in for the interview process.
Okay.
Um, this isn't the throw crap up against the wall and see what sticks type of process. This is vetting people from day one. So I'll do a pre-screen call with anybody I might be interested in or is interested
Mhm.
in this to basically figure out if this guy's worth bringing in person
I love
to
it.
an interview.
I love it.
That's it. So I get on the call, ask plenty of questions, get to know them a little bit more, and I can tell at this point, in my career,
Yeah,
that
for
if this
sure.
guy's worth flying out to interview with us or if he's not. So we just had 7 dudes last week fly in from out of state to interview with us, and this week we have 3. So it's just
Okay.
like every single week we just have more people, more people, more people.
Y'all
So
pay
we're
for them to fly in
yeah,
if they're a fit. Okay.
yeah,
Yep.
yeah.
Y'all put them up in a
So
place and all that jazz.
exactly. We got a hotel right across the street. They just walk right on over. It's awesome, dude. It's a really good system we have, but we have it so dialed in, and all the
Mhm.
leaders know to bring their A game and to,
Yeah.
make sure that
Everybody's playing a part in that person being interviewed.
exactly.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
got
I know
it.
that
It's
game.
like it's an
Yeah. Yeah.
operation, man. So we're doing
Yeah.
great. But yeah, I'll do a screen call with them first, see if it's worth bringing them out. And if it is, and they see and they like what they see and we like what we see, then we'll talk logistics and steps moving forward.
Okay. What are the expectations that you're
Yeah.
setting for people? They're
Yeah,
gonna
for
come
sure. So
if you'll feel like you're a fit and they feel like they're gonna be a fit. And what I want to preface too is like just the concept of what you're doing forces people to sell themselves to you and bring their A game versus what do you got for me?
yeah,
You know,
exactly. Yeah.
what makes you different? All the stuff where they're trying to interview you essentially. I
Yeah.
know a lot of agents and managers try fall into that. Like, oh
Yeah.
wait, shit,
It's
I'm being interviewed here.
yeah. It's a combination of a lot of things.
Yeah.
Um, we're working a pretty warm market
Yep.
for
Yep.
prospecting right now. So
Sure.
when people walk into the office, they'll know like 3 or 4 people in there that are so accomplished in their previous sales job.
Yep.
So, I mean, we have previous top producers and sales managers from different industries that are here
Yep.
working with us. So the standard, I mean, when people come and do this, like they're just elevated
Yep.
because of the people that we have. So we have the what, it's just bringing in the right who. And
Mm.
so
That's sick.
the precedent's already set. I mean, we book like I send them out like a full 2-day itinerary of what their time here is going to look like. We make dinner reservations, we make lunch reservations. They're going to be shadowing maybe 2 or 3 different people during that time. They're going to be meeting with me. They're going to be meeting with our finance guy to go through all the finances. But, essentially we are interviewing you.
Yeah.
Like that's the dynamic here.
You should. Yeah. You
Yeah,
should
that's
be.
totally the
It's
dynamic. Like if I'm putting money into bringing you here,
yeah.
I'm interviewing you. And so that's the power dynamic. We're
Is
obviously
it
interested in you because you're here.
sure?
We brought you, but yeah, it's important to dig and investigate
Yeah.
and ask those questions that are important.
Are you guys doing anything different as far as like structure of the business? Or are they coming in straight 1099, buying their own leads, normal shit?
Normal stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Sick.
normal stuff. So that's also something that's important is when they're here, and even I'll do this before I even bring them out here, is just do somewhat of a financial audit, kind of see where
Oh
they're
yeah.
at,
Yep. Yep.
you know?
What are
Because
you looking for before you put them on a plane? Give us some pointers. Like what are you hunting? You're obviously hunting for the right word, and people always say the right words. You know what
Yeah,
I mean? So you got to weed through the shit somehow. So
for
what are some
sure.
key things you're looking for?
For sure. So it's important that the person I'm talking to has a lot of context for what we're doing. And when you want to grow a company to be 100 people or 1,000 people, if you're going to do 100 people, you need your first 30, 40 people to be like the strongest and most
Mhm.
committed people. So it's like most of the people we talk to, they understand that they have to move to Nashville and that, that's kind of the deal here. But I make sure I affirm and reiterate that to them that at this point, I don't take it. There's not a day I take for granted that I walk out there and we have people that have uprooted their lives from all over the country to come and build this with us.
Yeah.
And we haven't even opened the floodgates. Floodgates aren't even
Agreed.
open.
Yeah. It's 30
Like
people. Yeah.
we
You ain't done
haven't we
shit
haven't
yet.
even
Yeah.
opened it. I mean,
Sure.
I'll tell people like, people time flies by fast and people remember 2 years ago it was just me by myself.
Yeah.
And they're like, wow, you got 30 plus people? I mean, you got agencies that do hundreds and hundreds of people within a 2 year period. That's
Yeah.
just not what we're doing. It's just not how we want to grow and build this. I mean, our person to person average is like 30 to 35,000 a month.
I was going to ask that. Sick. What kind of volume you spitting out now, your group then?
Yeah.
What are y'all doing
That's
monthly?
like in total.
However, whether
We're
you,
get-
your leg or the whole thing, I don't care how you
yeah,
say
yeah,
it.
yeah. We typically go
Yeah.
by the
Whatever
whole
you want.
thing. Dude, we're
Yep.
like we're so close to scratching the surface of a million.
Are you really?
Yeah, we're
How
getting
many
there,
people?
dude.
Issue. How many issue?
Probably 30, 31 or 32.
Dude,
Yeah. And we just had, dude, get this. One of
you
our
should be
guys,
screaming. Can I tell you something?
yeah.
You should be screaming that on
Yeah.
social.
Yeah.
The screaming it, dude. You know how many fucking people are out there speaking on stages and have big followings that their average writer does fucking 3,800 bucks a month,
Yeah.
4,200 bucks a month? It's disgusting.
Dude, we're getting there. We're getting there. And these guys are pumped for it. And it's having people buy into what you're doing,
30 people. Hold on. So 30 something people doing $1 million a month.
Close. We're
Dude,
close.
I got a guy that I talked to recently. He had they were at 800 grand a month. I almost want to go upstairs and pull his numbers. I think they had 300 fucking writers.
You can do it that way, John. What do you want your life to look like? What do you want the quality of your life to look like, man? Like, I want to spend my time with people that are committed, that people that want to do this
I
thing, people
love it.
that are in the same vision, they got your back. Like
Yeah,
we're bringing people in, like, and I'm not selling somebody something that's fake. It's like, dude, like
clearly.
we make decisions together, like
Yeah,
there's definitely a chain of command,
sure.
like there's a head of this puppy and we have leaders and but you can quickly get to that point. But there's really no decisions that are being made behind closed doors without getting inputs. We send out surveys all the time because we want to get feedback from people. We want to hear about how things can be better. What are we doing good? Where can we make tweaks? We do a big quarterly review meeting every quarter. We have one here coming up in July. So it's like we're in the details, man. Like we're not building a team, we're not building an agency, like we're building a company
Yeah.
you know, and it's kind of rough around the edges right now. It's
I
not
like
this
it.
like, hey, come and join our 50-year-old company. We got cash bonus incentive. We have all that stuff, which is
Yeah.
awesome,
Yeah.
and we our cake and eat that cake too. But like we never overpromise and underdeliver. It's like, dude, it's gonna be worse before it gets better. Yeah, we might be stuck in an office where it's really loud and chattery, and you might not be able to hear yourself think sometimes. But bro, like this office is going to be your office one day, and you're going to take everything you've learned from this office. You're going to be able to do it back
Yeah.
home to where you want to live one day. So,
So the goal is to teach them to build and duplicate this
100%.
system you have in Nashville, in
You got it. You
Ohio,
got it.
wherever
It's
the
to
hell they
copy
are.
and paste it. It's to duplicate what we're doing. It's like even throughout the process, like even to be able to
Yeah.
document everything we're doing from the sales side, from the interviewing side, from the training, from the content. It's like being able to almost make like a playbook.
Yep. Yeah.
Here, there's one a hypothetical one that we talk about, or a figurative one that we can talk about, but like a physical one that I'm like,
Sure.
you're starting an office, here you go.
Here it is.
But
Franchise concept.
You got it.
Yeah.
And people being able to actually experience that, live in it, and learn it while they're here, and then be able to go and do that on their own. We're just in phase one right now.
That's so sick. I remember when these conversations first started happening because I found out like y'all in my group, I was like, I know those
Yeah.
guys, you know what I mean? And then I remember I had to
Yeah.
link it back to conversations. I remember the first time the crew went to Nashville to meet with y'all about this. Like I remember it
Yeah.
vaguely, him telling me like, yo, I'm going up here for this group. And I'm like, I'm going to meet Dick. You know how often I hear that? I'm going to meet this group and they're going to
Sure,
kill
sure,
it, you
sure.
know? So
Yeah.
it never clicked until like, I don't know, it had to be a year or two later. I don't remember which one of y'all came up to me and was like, hey, that group, Nashville, Southwest. And I was like, the connection just happened. I was
Yeah.
like,
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
no shit, those kids made it.
Yeah.
Because I didn't really hear, I wasn't part of that meeting and,
Hmm.
um, but it's wild. So what are some of the expectations you're setting for people coming in as far as like a day to day, timing, work hours,
Yeah.
activity counts? Like, what are you giving them from there? Like, yo, here's how you make it.
Totally. So we have different metrics and targets that set our precedent and that help people be successful. This is a big part of the habit building phase for people
Sure.
when they come in. So a couple of just non-negotiables is like when you get started, like you're working from at least 9 to 6 every day. Like that's the job. Like your job is to work from nine to
In
six
the office,
in the
physically.
office,
Yep.
physically in the office. Um, and then it's also to get at least 6 presentations in.
A
Like I
day.
would throw out 6 to 8 presentations a day,
Okay.
but
I'm
like
only clarifying because someone told me yesterday she did a lot of them in the last 2 weeks. She had six.
so 6 presentations a day.
Yeah. I'm just,
Yeah.
we're just clarifying
Yeah.
for the people watching.
And the way that we would define a presentation is you go through the presentation, and if you drop the quotes, that's a presentation.
Yep.
Like as long as you are in a buying situation,
Sure.
a closing conversation, that's a presentation.
Yep.
So 6 of those a day, like that's your job. Like I even told, we had a Monday morning meeting this morning down in one of our training labs, and I told him, I said, look, I know a lot of new guys are coming in. We got a lot of new guys right now, and we got some guys that are firing off on all cylinders. Like we
Yeah,
got
you
two
do.
guys that are hitting over 80K, 40K, 50K, 60K months, and these guys are coming in like holy smokes. And I'm trying to redirect our focus of look. Those things are awesome and we celebrate all those things, but our job is to get 6 to 8
Mhm.
presentations a day.
Yep.
That's it. And we give it all to God and we give it all to, we're putting our best
Absolutely.
foot forward and that's it. That's your job. And it does, and this is a controllable metric, John. Like if you're at 5 presentations and it's 5:30, whatever, and you're trying to get your 6, call your grandma, call your cousin. We don't work that type of lead, but this is a controllable thing,
Yeah.
man.
Yeah. Yep.
Go
Yep.
downstairs and talk to the front desk lady. Like get your six
Get it
presentations,
in.
get your six
Yeah.
presentations in. When I sold books, and this is how I'm wired is because when I sold books, we had to get in 30 demos every single day. So we'd work, my first door knock would be 7:59 a.m. My last door knock, whether it was warm, cold, appointment, whatever, was 9:31 p.m. Every single day, all summer long. No breaks except Sundays, but we do trainings all days on Sundays. And so we'd have to get in 30 demos every single day, 180 demos a week. So if there was a day where it was like I'm driving home and it's like 9:45 at night and I have 29 demos, I'm going to the gas station, I'm whipping out a book and I'm demoing the gas station lady. Because, dude, if you do it once, you'll do it twice. And if you do it
Yeah.
twice, you'll
Yeah.
make it a habit.
That's the whole
So,
concept. I got a book someone sent me. I've heard of it a lot, but someone sent it to me. I saw it on my office desk yesterday. My gym in my house is attached. I have to walk through my office to get to the gym.
yeah.
And you ever have something like that's been there and you just don't know how it got? So I walk
Yeah.
by and there's a book on my desk and I'm like, how the hell did that get there? I forgot
Yeah.
someone sent it to me. And there's that one like I forget the exact title, but it's like how to make your bed in the morning is the concept. Like the first thing
Yeah.
someone super famous wrote it or came up with it.
Probably. And I mean, honestly, these are just like the small little nuggets and
Yeah,
tokens of wisdom that I've picked up throughout
sure.
the years. And,
It's the
and
same concept though.
but
Like
it's like it's true,
yeah,
man. Like if you do it once, you'll do it twice. And if you do it twice, you'll make it a habit. And it's like, well, I'll just
yeah.
never do it once.
So what are you telling people it takes to get six presentations, 6 to 8 a day, as far as activity before that? right?
Yeah.
Which is going to be lead flow and phone calls.
Yeah.
So what's the expectation on quantity there?
Yeah.
And
For
again, I'll
sure.
give you context. Someone literally DM me, and I have like a Discord community, right? So if
Yeah.
anybody wants, johnwetmore.com/Discord, you can come in, you can watch what we do. I do a lot of the same concepts, clearly. Mine is much more remote just because the size of it.
Yeah.
So I have a lot of people in our agency, outside of our agency, following inside Discord, and I let them get a sneak peek behind. Like there's different Discord like channels. You're probably familiar with it. I just learned. I'm 48. I just learned about Discord like a month
Sure.
ago.
Yeah. Mm.
And so some have different privacy. You can chat in this one, not in this one. And so we let them see our actual base shop agency chat just so they can watch what we're doing behind the scenes.
Yeah.
But I don't let them chat if they're not part of us, just so they don't mess up my guys. You know what I mean? I
Right.
don't want them taking time away.
Totally.
In the main chat where everyone can talk, someone put in, and great dude, I love him.
Hmm.
He's been slacking the last couple of years. Admittedly, this is his words, not mine, and wants to be part of something. And I'm like, cool, join the group. Watch people dial. We start dials at 7 a.m. in my group. 7 a.m. start time. If you're serious, if you're not, I don't care. You're just not as serious as the guys who start at 7. So this dude comes in, he starts dialing with our team, and he posts this morning, "Hey, I've made 67 dials. I think I need a new phone script."
Mm.
And I was like, bro,
Mm.
that's like saying you need a new workout plan when you're fat.
And
Like
he
that's
said that
not
out. He said
that's
that loud to the group.
in the chat. Yeah. So I
Yeah.
responded, and so I be curious what your expect. And I'm really good at setting expectations. and
Yeah.
he posted that still. You know what I mean? And it's not
Yeah.
he's not trying to be a mean guy or rude, or
Sure.
he just one of those things. They just think that's the magic.
Yeah.
And so I'd be curious what you do as far as setting. Granted, you do need to learn a script. You should know your
Yeah.
shit. But
Yeah.
day one, like, I'm not convinced it matters much if you
Totally.
don't have those foundational things. So I'd be curious, what are you telling people it takes to get to a point where you're doing 6 or 8 a day every day, no matter what
Yeah. For
presentation? How do
sure.
you get them there? Hey guys, just created something really cool. And if you want to be part of it, join the Discord group I just created. The link is going to be in here. It's a dope environment. You can chat with others that are kind of in the community. You can see behind the curtain of our agency, have access to all kinds of stuff that we got going on, events, and my staff is in there. We have agents in there selling, me helping agents and sharing information. We're going to, as we build this thing out, share everything out there with all of you guys. So again, follow the Discord if you want to be part of everything we got going on. Join it now. We'll see you in there. Hope to help you more.
Yeah, good question. And John, when we're getting people started, the numbers can be a little skewed because we
Sure.
are helping with like giving older leads. And when you give older
You
leads,
should be. I am too. Yep.
they're just
I
not
love it.
better than new leads. I mean, it's just, it's not rocket
Yep.
science. So
Yep.
it's harder to get six presentations in when you're working, whether it's a freaking
Agreed.
2 months old or 2 years old, they're just harder to get in.
Yeah.
So, our expectation for people at this point, whenever they're in those first week or first couple weeks of getting on old leads, is the schedule of the nine to
Hmm.
six. We're not like, I'm not setting any expectation of people making sales, and again,
Yep. I
granted,
like it.
granted, granted,
Yep.
like our people are coming in that have money, for the most part. I mean,
Yeah.
we
Yeah.
helped a lot of our people, but like this is also part of the vetting process is seeing where they are financially. And I'll tell a guy, I think you might be like 3 or 4 months out from this. I'd love to
Hell
get to
yeah.
work with you, but go make three or
You
four
ain't
months
ready
worth
yet.
of money and then come when you got 5 grand in your account.
Yep.
We can work with 5 grand. We can work with maybe a few grand, but if you got a $1,200 in your checking account, it's hard to work with it.
Agreed.
So go Uber, go DoorDash for a couple months, and then come to us when you have that.
Yep.
But we'll meet you where you are. I mean, if you're like, dude, I'm ready, it's like I'll respect that,
Yep.
and I'll invest in people that are worth investing into. So, but anyway, so those first couple weeks is all about those habits and getting used to sitting down in a chair and making those calls. If you make sales, we just count that as bonus. Like,
Sure.
great, dude, awesome, like proud of you. But this is honestly more about getting through the approach and like getting good on the phone and getting good at answering objections when people first pick up the phone. You
Hmm.
know, also in that like people are going to do it, some job shadowing, not a lot, but a little bit. But really, we want to get into the ad campaign and getting them set up on that like as quickly as possible.
How many calls, how many leads are you are they expecting day one, week one?
Yeah, you'll probably get it.
Ballpark.
Yeah, we'll probably give you like two or 300 leads to work through. I mean, you're talking about like
Mhm.
not like these old internet leads that you
Sure.
don't know who's bought them. These are
Yeah.
still like generated leads that we had generated
Yeah.
and that we're still passing along for people to work through, you know? And it's like,
What's a good day of dials for a new guy? Like if what is he 9 to 6? He follows your thing. He's 8:59 to 6:01.
yeah,
He shows you his call log.
yeah,
What's good? What's bad to you?
yeah. If somebody can get in 300 dials a day every day, like I know that you're like putting in the work.
Yep.
You know, because
Makes
I know
sense.
you're talking to people and you're presenting and you're doing that. If
Yeah.
it's less than that, it's like, all right,
What are
what
we doing?
I mean, are
Yeah.
we playing ping? We got a ping pong room. Are you playing too much ping pong? It's like, do I need to lock that door or what's
Yeah.
going on? You know?
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, and then once you get on your ad campaign, I mean, it really is all about your presentations. Like
Sure.
there's no excuses for that. No.
Yeah. Yeah. I love it. And it's easy.
Amen.
Sick. Where do you find people struggle the most coming in? As much as you lay the groundwork, set the expectations, vet everybody, do all the thing, get all the good answers, fucking have a
Yeah.
great dinner, have an awesome lunch, everybody's high-fiving and cheering. Dude, that first Monday morning comes along, week one, week
Yeah.
two. Where do people go wrong as clear as you lay it out?
Yeah, for sure. I would say for our group, it's more important for our group of people to be coachable than
Mhm.
just about anybody else. And I say
Yep.
that because we have so many accomplished salespeople walking in the door, and even sales managers that have like trained and led people, where they need to be dumb enough to be smart enough to basically do everything we tell them to do. And sometimes that's really hard when you're so used
It
to
is.
doing it your way or in a different
Yeah.
way successfully. And so this idea of coachability is so important to our group, way more important than it would be to somebody who's never done sales before, you know?
Yeah.
And so when you're working with a lot of top dogs all in one place, I mean, you're dealing with a lot of
Yeah.
people that are, you know. But dude, I'll tell you what, our group has been amazing. It's been awesome. But when you come into anything as like a top producer, you know, it's like you're walking on a different floor than other people.
100%.
You just
Yeah.
are, and I get that. So I mean, it's just learning how to manage those things. But I would say
Yeah.
coachability definitely is the most important thing for our group because, I mean, dude, like I get it. When you come from an industry that you just crushed every day, or just taught
Mhm.
other people how to crush, and you come into this, there's just a few different things that we need to change up a little bit. But that's
Yeah.
pretty much it, you know?
What do you think are some of the, if you can give them, this is a hard one for most to answer because they don't actually do what we do. They say they do what we do, but you guys are really teaching it to another level. You're one of the
Yeah.
sharpest young kids I've spoken to, which is cool. But like, what are some of the things? I always tell people some of the steps of this, like learning it, are kind of counterintuitive to what people think.
Totally.
What are some of those that you see like, oh shit, that's just different?
Yeah, yeah, for sure. So selling books, selling solar, selling maybe other insurances, you're creating needs out of thin air.
Yeah.
Like nobody knows that they needed books until I knocked on their door and talked to them about why they need these books.
Yeah.
So for our salespeople, when they're coming in, it's easy to like have that salesmanship and to be salesy, if you will.
Yep.
When I'm
Yep.
like, dude, we need to unlearn some things.
Yeah.
You know, because I'm used to like sitting down with a family, you know, talking about the kids' grades and where they want to go to college and just like creating needs that didn't exist before I got there.
Sure.
Sometimes they're blatant as day and they need these books, but sometimes if they don't, it's like
You're having to pitch them, which
it's
is
my job.
similar in our space to the people who don't work leads.
Yeah,
Those friends and family type companies. It's the
totally.
same thing. They come over and they think they have to like pitch the concept.
Totally.
I like that.
Yeah. So a lot of the work is already done by the time that we get on the phone with
Yeah.
our leads because you're just filling the need that's already there.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's the
Yeah.
difference. And
Yeah.
so it's almost unlearning or taking a step back and dialing it back and
Yeah.
just, you know, sticking to the effing script, man. Stick to it. Stick to it. Like I smack somebody in the back of the head every time dude, stick to the freaking script. You know, even if they want to get down a different rabbit hole, it's like, dude, like just stick to the script, man. It'll
Yeah.
answer their questions for them if you just stick to it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you think are some of the most powerful parts of a script? Pick two or three, a couple that are just like, dude, if you're gonna get anything right, get this part right.
Yeah, I would definitely say the beginning of the call for
How
sure.
so?
Well, I think tonality is definitely the most important thing here. It's like, but it's interesting, man, and that's why I freaking love sales is because people have different philosophies.
Yeah.
So if you have somebody who hit Hall of Fame and they're like, I get on the phone and I act like I'm like I don't want to be on the phone and I'm just taking
Hmm.
orders and blah 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 and I'm just going through the motions and it's like that works, but it also works for the other person that like tries to do a really good job at like building trust immediately and
Sure.
like maybe like throwing out a joke or throwing out like something to connect on like, oh, you're
Hmm.
you're from Georgia, okay, cool, you must be a Hawks fan.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. It's like there's different strokes for different folks.
Yeah.
There's different.
28-3 must burn you up inside or something.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. Little things like that where
Yeah.
and it's funny, man, because we got two dudes in this office that both hit over 80K like just pretty recently, but
Yeah.
their like selling style, if you will, or tonality is like way different.
Sure.
Sometimes I don't think there's a right or wrong answer. I think it's just making a decision and making it right and just being
Yeah.
confident in it.
It's true.
And it's not
Well
because
answered.
Tom. I
Yeah.
mean, Tom he's the
Mhm.
most monotone,
Yeah.
robotic dude I've
He
ever heard on
is.
the phone.
My
But the
son
way,
actually said that, picked up on that. He was like,
dude,
he's different.
yeah. And the way that he explained it to me it totally made sense. He's like, well, I like to do that because I know that there's no variable in what I say.
Yeah.
Because every time I get on the phone,
Mhm.
it's the exact same thing.
Yeah.
So it makes me look at maybe the lead or maybe it makes me look a little bit more at the market versus just internally because, dude, I'm the same freaking person, Whereas
Yeah.
somebody else that's a little bit more malleable, they might be having totally different conversations and it might sound different per person that they're talking to. It's like, dude, it works differently for different people, but you just
Yeah.
you make it right. You just pick it and you make it right and you quit flaking on it when it doesn't work. It's like we just need a bigger sample size
True.
to truly say whether
Yeah.
something works or it doesn't,
Yeah.
you know?
Sounds like the control is the biggest variable in that. Like
Yeah,
if they have control of the conversation, it's more important than exactly what tone.
definitely.
Because tone is important. I'm more of
Yeah.
the like monotone, but I'm a hybrid dude. If
Yeah.
I can just be me, I'm pretty monotone at the beginning, but I'm sarcastic as shit with people
Yeah.
because that's who I am.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And if I'm in control, I can do it the right way. I can say some crazy stuff to people, and agents are like, "You say that?" I'm like,
Uh-huh.
"Yeah, at the right time, jackass. I can't. You
Yeah,
know,
yeah,
like you got
yeah.
to know when to do it."
Yeah, no, totally. It's like it's not just like out of the blue and like
Correct.
you screwing
Yeah.
up a call. It's
Yeah.
like
I'm
no,
not reading it off a piece of paper. Like when you really do this, the piece of paper is shit. If you
totally.
understand the process of it and the
Yeah.
what the script is doing to me is more important than the
Yeah,
script. Because I
for
could give you a
sure.
script right now to somebody who ain't doing the things intentionally and it wouldn't work either.
Totally.
Clearly. You
And
you know that.
yeah, I would say that's the progression is like w
Yeah.
when you get started, you're probably reading off the script for the
Sure.
first month or two. But
Yeah.
like if you can wean yourself or get away from it, that's when you can
Yeah.
just operate so much more authentically.
Yeah. Yeah.
And people I think can pick up on that.
I had trying to think, who did I have? I had someone on the podcast super recent. What is his name? Blake. It was just literally last week. We're so behind on when they release though, because I have so many in the queue. Super
Yeah.
nice guy. I'm trying to remember who he was with. I don't know if he was with y'all. Hell, I think he's in your office. Blake. What was the guy's name? Shit, I interviewed. Anyway, he's
Yeah.
doing his script and he's like, I mean, normally, I'm just here and I lean back in my chair and I put my feet up on my desk and I just talk. I don't really do anything. And we started role playing, right?
Yeah.
And so he leans forward into the computer, into the podcast like this, and he
Yeah.
tries to do it. And he was trying to like go through the steps and it messed him up.
Was it Trace?
Oh, it might have been.
Trace
Fuck.
Segerson?
Hold on. I interviewed, we're going to do this live while I'm doing this. I talked to him last week. Super fucking
Oh.
chill guy, dude. He was one of my favorite ones. Hold on, let
Yeah.
me look him up. I'll tell you right now. Because it was just, yes, that's exactly who it was.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Awesome.
he's killing it. Right. And this is kind of to prove the point when people overthink. He leans up and gets in tight, and we're trying to role play, and he's trying to, and I hate role play because it's fake.
Yeah,
It's not real. It's not
totally,
genuine. It's bullshit. I'm like, do you want me to
totally.
make it easy, hard?
And
Like,
I'm like, I hope John doesn't try to role play with me on this.
nah, dude. It just he had done a lot of podcasts, and he was like, "Do I just call you?" I'm like, "However you want, bro, just go." And it sort of fell into that, and he got hung
Yeah,
up, and I'm like, and then he got worried on the. He's like, "I'm sorry, dude." I'm like,
yeah,
"Dude,
yeah,
I don't give a shit. I love this." I said,
yeah,
"Do me a favor, lean the fuck back in your chair, put your feet on the desk during the podcast, and then
yeah,
let's do it." And he loosened right up, man.
yeah,
And he just got to be himself. And I was like,
totally.
I love this. I love that we captured it.
Yeah,
He was all worried about it. I'm like, fuck what people think, dude. Keep killing
yeah.
it.
That's so cool.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
And that is a big piece of it is getting into a level of comfort where you aren't thinking while you're talking
Yeah,
or thinking while they're talking. You're
yeah,
just in the moment.
totally.
When you can get there, this thing is deadly, dude.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's
Dude, when
it's
you're
neat.
just firing off on all cylinders and
Yeah.
you're like what do they call it? The flow state. When you're
Sure.
just in a
Sure. Yeah.
flow
Yeah.
state. I mean,
Yeah.
dude. Yeah.
I love it. Dude, I want to come up to y'all's office one day. I want to come
Yeah,
check the
do it.
joint out,
We'd love to
man.
host you, have a training or shoot, just
Yeah.
kick
I need
it.
to
Yeah.
plan that with Amanda. I've had it's come up a few times in the last couple months, like Nashville. I know quite a few people there.
Yeah.
And this dude's like, hey, when you come to Nashville, let me know. I'm like, I'll definitely be there this year. And it keeps coming up. So I'm like, shit, I just
Yeah,
need to plan a trip up.
for sure.
Because I know
Now you
quite a
know
few
some
people
of
up there.
us and yeah, it'll be cool. It'll be
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah. Yeah. Are you guys in Nashville proper? Are you metro or where you at?
In Nashville,
You
yeah.
are.
Hmm.
Sick. I
Yeah,
like
dude.
staying at what's the
Great
name of
time.
that place? I stay at this hotel. Oh shit. I mean, it's right on the corner.
Renaissance?
Nah, it's right on the corner. It's near the Bobby, but it's on the corner.
Oh,
It's the one on
near
the
the
corner.
yeah, hold on.
Uh, it's right
Ah,
on the corner of
yeah,
it's
yeah, yeah,
two
yeah.
room two. I've stayed at the Bobby before, but it's a young crowd.
Yeah.
Two on the corners, like
I know what you're
little
talking about. Yeah,
dude,
I
it's
know
fire. So
exactly what you're talking about.
that
Yeah.
alley, what's
Yeah.
that alley called? Is right behind it.
Printer's Alley?
Yes, I like
Yeah.
staying right there, dude.
Yeah. Printer's Alley, that's a good
It's
place to
quiet
stay.
enough to like be away from the chaos, but I can walk to it all in 3 minutes.
Yeah. No, we
It's
we we love it here, man. Nashville's like it's also not a hard place to get people to move to.
no, yeah,
Um,
you think,
yeah.
especially your age, dude.
Yeah, I
Stop.
know.
It's got to be hard to get people to come to work the next morning.
I know. Well, we've been doing a social event every month
Good for you.
that the leaders here we just pay for. We're just like, this is a fun experience for our people to like get outside of these walls and get to have some fun with each other.
Yeah,
It's also a great recruiting experience, for our guy because we'll always have somebody come and film it, content,
yeah,
chop it
yeah,
up, post
yeah.
it. So, we were on the lake a couple months ago. We did a group fitness class this month. We
Did
were
you
thinking
really?
about
Oh
renting
shit.
out. You can actually rent out the top. You can rent out the rooftop of the Bobby because there's pickleball courts up there
Is it really?
on the rooftop of the Bobby. Yeah.
Sick.
Dude, there's some
Oh, I'm
pickleball
following you,
courts up
buddy.
there. There's a bar and restaurant up there on the rooftop. So we're thinking about renting it out and just doing a social up there. It'd be fun.
That is badass.
Yeah.
There's great food in
Yeah.
that area. I go to Nashville, bro. I eat good.
Yeah. We get busy. Yeah.
This
When
joint.
we dude, it's so hard and like trying to stay at a calorie deficit sometime. So
I
my
bet.
my thing here is if we have people coming in to
Noel.
interview, that's the
Noel.
name of the hotel.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude. Yeah.
Yeah.
That place is super nice. And they have a Jeff Ruby steakhouse right there now.
Yes.
Yeah, man.
Yep. I love some
So
Jeff
nice.
Ruby's, bro.
Yeah.
Ooh-wee.
Super nice.
That's
So,
that's the one that has the piano behind the bar, ain't it?
yep.
Yep. I go there every time. I sit at the bar, listen to the piano guy play, get me
Yeah,
a
dude,
like
it's
steak with
amazing. Dude,
crab
isn't
on
it
it or
a good
something.
time? It's
Hell
one of my
yeah.
favorite places. I just ran an incentive for the month of May, and sometimes it takes a few weeks to see what the month is. So I did for the top three producers for our group. I'm gonna go host them at Jeff Ruby's.
Hell yeah.
So yeah,
Hell yeah. I'm gonna get Amanda. Who should we coordinate with? I know too many of y'all.
with me,
Okay.
dude.
I'm gonna get
Yeah,
Amanda to figure
let's
something
send
out.
it. Yeah,
I
that'd
got
be
some travel coming up the next few weeks, but I'm gonna work something out to get up there.
yeah, dude. That'd be a ton of fun, man.
I
Not too
love
far
it.
to drive,
Nah, it's
but.
easy. Easy, easy.
I was just telling earlier, or I was talking to somebody earlier, and I was just telling them like when we have people that come in and interview, it's always like meals and dinners and this or that. So right now, dude, I've been literally just to stay at a calorie deficit. I've been not eating until dinner every single day.
No
Like
way.
just
just
trying,
to
man.
keep it.
Because I'm like, dude, if I eat breakfast and lunch, and I know when we go out to dinner, like we get busy, like we eat good.
I bet. Hell, I know that ride. I
Yeah,
got fat from that, bro. Building my agency made me fat.
yeah.
You know,
So
I've had to fix it this year.
yeah, dude. So we've been going all over, trying everything and anything that's new, just so it's
Hey,
cool.
y'all need to get like we need to get y'all on like a 7 a.m. 75 hard Wetmore something or other. Y'all need to get it in. You're too young to be worried about calorie deficits, bro.
Bro, after this social event we were just ran this past month, I mean, they took just a picture of after the workout, dude. Some of our I got to stay on my toes, dude, because these guys are freaking jacked, man.
Yeah.
Like these guys are really getting after it. Yeah, we just had three different people finish 75 hard this last week,
Okay.
and then we have four more that are starting in like 2 weeks.
Hell yeah.
So,
Yeah.
dude, it's iron sharpening iron. We
Yeah.
got dudes that are all like in the same Bible study now, going to church together, just
That's
like
dope.
friends making friends and doing life outside. Yeah.
I love it, dude. Especially if you watching Freddie and them, you see all the stuff they do.
Oh,
They came down and did an event
yeah.
with me here in Atlanta, like in April. We ran
Yeah.
one of those Savage Race, the mud run type things together.
Yeah. It's like a
So
Spartan race.
same concept. Yep. There's one
Okay.
local to me here, different, just a
Yeah.
different brand.
Yeah.
So it was like 7 miles all through stuff. Freddie, Mel, who else came?
Jeffrey,
Nope. Freddie, Mel, what's his name?
Tom, Maddie.
Maddie. Yep. Freddie,
Yeah.
Mel, Maddie. This other dude, not in his group. Ben Hani. I forget how to pronounce his
Okay.
name. Super nice
Yeah.
guy. Just hits me up on Instagram.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think there
Yeah.
were 5 or 6 of us.
Nice.
So every time I do one, I'm gonna be like, "Yo, who wants to come?"
Yeah. Yeah.
I got
Yeah.
a crazy one coming up next week that no one will come to, but
Well, I'm trying to
yeah,
get those guys to come out here. Like, I'm seeing them in Austin since they all just moved to Austin, probably in
yeah.
September. I'm going out there to see those guys.
Are you? Hell
Yeah,
yeah.
I'm trying to get them to come to Nashville now that we have some more desks and places to work. So
Yeah.
that'd be
Yeah.
a lot of fun.
Just do a crazy training event. They'll come up.
Yeah.
They'll,
Dude,
they'll
and
go for that.
dude, we're trying to tap into some of that stuff, like get an
Yeah.
Airbnb somewhere, do those
Yeah.
blitz types of weeks or
Yeah.
what do they call them?
Lock-ins.
Lock-ins. Yeah.
Yep.
Try to do
Yep.
some of those.
They're fire, dude. Those two got that figured out. Now, if they aren't growing the way they need to, they're trying to figure that piece out. But
Yeah.
they're growing. So we got our team. We got a bunch of young guys your age. I started building another base shop direct just recently, last like 6 weeks. I'm like, hell, let's do it again with some young cats and teach them how to do it. And these little fuckers are doing whatever it takes.
Yeah.
So we got a few people getting ready to open some offices and copy the concept, and I just
Cool.
get to go.
Are you
do
guys
that.
thinking about physical
Oh
location?
yeah. Yeah,
Let's
yeah.
go.
I wouldn't do it any other way, bro. Even in the virtual world, I'm like, you can sell virtual, but to be alone in your pajamas in your house, it's just there's so many disadvantages to that one advantage
Yeah.
that I think a hybrid model. I mean, we built this through offices. I owned 5 of them at one point. I just kept buying them and putting people in them and filling them, and we did
Dude,
a lot
and
of.
that's dude, thanks for bringing that up because like I have a question. Like if you don't mind
Yeah.
to like
No,
shed
please.
some advice here.
Yeah.
Like I've thought about like I've even looked into like what it looks like to get a new office space somewhere else, just kind of
Mhm.
independently.
Yeah.
And I'm like, do I buy one? Do I lease one? These suckers are a lot of money, man.
Here's what I always say. So, if you're in the insurance space and trying to build an agency, or you're trying to like break records in sales, just hit new levels, new heights, click the link below to apply to my consulting and coaching program that I have out there. I'm helping tons of people get to new levels, get to new income heights, help them build their teams, put systems in place, staffing stuff, recruiting processes, automations, and just teaching people how to get to a point where they're selling on their own pen, 30, 40, 50 grand a month. And if they're building a team, teaching how to have an effective structure to your insurance agency for the most profitability you can. There is an application process. I'm only looking to work with like high-end people who really want to make big things happen. A couple recent clients that we've had in the coaching program. One dude as an individual went from selling like 8 grand a month, barely getting by, about to quit the industry, found the book, hit me up direct, started a coaching program, went to 35K his first month, has issued like 150K in the last 90 days, and has changed the trajectory of his career. Working with another agency builder, very first month went from doing like 800 grand a month to almost 1.1 million. We added like 10 or 15% production in 30 days and continue to work on things there. So if you're interested, click the link, apply, and if you're a fit, I'll reach out. I'll tell you that my guy Giovanni's looking at one right now. He's in Florida, young kid, 23, knocked out like 350 grand last year.
Nice.
He's probably putting, I don't know, 50 G's a month in his account right now with I don't know, 4 or 5 writers, nothing crazy, but
Yeah.
he's doing well for a young kid.
Yeah.
And we're talking about office, and I told them what I pay because
Yeah.
I bought my offices
Yeah.
and the what kind of the journey in which I did it. So he sends me one, and he goes, he texted me last night, and he's like, "Yeah, I'm looking at leasing an office. This thing's more than you're paying." I'm like, "Not for the guy that owns it."
Yeah.
He goes, "Good point."
The more you know.
You know, and
Yeah.
it's like for me, man, I didn't plan it so well in advance that it's worked out really good for me.
Yeah.
But at the time, I was just like, we were in some crappy little office, and it did us well. It served its purpose. It was there when we needed it, but quite frankly, it was a shithole.
Yeah.
But we got it when we were all broke. We
Yeah.
all started making money, and I told my mentor at the time, I'm like, "Yo, can we look for something else?" And he was just in a phase of life he couldn't look and spend the time. And I'm like, "I'll look, I'll find it.
Yeah.
As long as you're in." We were doing the same concept as you. We were doing it together, but we weren't really together.
Sure.
And so I go start looking around. Initially, I was going to lease.
Yeah.
And it's a pain in the ass and the different landlords and all the stuff and blah, blah, blah. And so the realtor comes to me and she goes, "Hey, are you open to a owner finance option?" I'm like, "I don't know what that means other than I can assume based on what it's called, but I'm open to anything that makes me money and helps grow the company."
Yeah.
So she brought me to a guy and he was just like, "Dude, I'll lease it, but I'm also open to sell it if we can work it out."
Yeah.
And so I was able to put like 10% down, no bank financing, just with the dude who owned it. Gave me a hell of a deal looking back on it, or an opportunity anyway. And so I looked at the lease and I'm like, it cost X. The mortgage at the time would have been like $4,500, and I could have leased it for, recovered some of the money if I put some agents in it.
Sure.
And he had a slab next to the one that he was talking about. I'm like, "What's happening there?" He's like, "I'm going to build another one eventually. Just got to find the right fit." And I was like, "Will you do a lease purchase or owner finance on both?"
Yeah.
He was like, "Yeah, if you can put money down on both."
Yeah.
So I put 150 G's down, bought 2 buildings the same day. First time I ever bought anything besides my own personal house.
Wow.
And we worked it up, and the numbers, now I had 9 grand in mortgages, but I had 10,000 square feet
Yeah.
that I could play with.
Yeah.
So I leased out the bottom of one building, came with a tenant already, like 3 grand a month. The top of that building had 10 offices. And then the other building's the one I'm in now, 2,500 square feet. So I leased every office for $500 a pop.
Wow.
So 3 grand was downstairs, 3,500. 5
Yeah.
grand was upstairs, $500 a pop. So I had $8,500 a month coming in from the one building that paid for the mortgage for both.
Yeah.
And
That's
then
awesome.
anything I made on the second building was just free and clear extra money.
Totally.
So that worked for me, dude, to cash flow it. I cash flowed a decent amount. And then I copy and pasted that, and I started doing them in different locations.
Nice.
I started teaching agents to do it, but they weren't ready to buy. I'm like, "I'll buy it if you can fill it."
Sure.
So I just don't want to lose money. So if I can cash flow a little bit and y'all can do it, and then one day you want to buy it from me, take it over, fine, do it. I opened 5 offices that way, including Twardowski's first office in Colorado. I bought that shit.
Wow.
And he got all the people there. I didn't pay. He did all the work. He set everything out. He did everything.
You were hands off. Yeah.
Yep. I didn't do shit, but go see it. And when he texted to me, he was like, "What do you think?" I'm like, "Looks good. Let's buy it." And that allowed them to grow. Easton eventually came in that office, and eventually they built big enough for him to go to Austin.
Totally.
And the vibe you can get from building something in an office is unlike anything.
Totally.
So to me, it was well worth it. And then fast forward, 2019 was when I did that first one. That's been 6 years. I get to look backwards now and go, "Dude, I made a shitload of money by that move, and I didn't mean to."
Yeah.
It was just to house people to build the insurance base.
Yeah.
But I made some good money on the real estate transactions just by taking a chance, not only on me and what I thought, but on other people to run it and do their part too.
Yeah.
So I'm a huge fan of
sure.
office culture and building that vibe and that environment and what it does.
Yeah.
From a growth perspective.
So basically doing like a $500 per office, but then maybe like a lower per cubicle type of thing.
We did like $150 or $199 or whatever it was for the cubicles. In my office, I had, if you want to reserve cubicles were first come, first serve in my office.
Yeah.
But I said, if you want to reserve one, it was $200.
Yeah.
So meaning you can come whenever you want. No one can take your seat. So they could reserve one. Otherwise, first come, first serve. So if you come in late, you may have to sit on the floor.
For sure.
And
Yeah.
so some people chose to buy a cubicle so they had their thing. And certainly I had
Yeah.
more leaders in the offices, so
Definitely.
they could kind of have their quiet time and build their thing and take care of business the way they wanted to, and watch how we built the culture. That was
Yeah.
ultimately the biggest reason, was to watch what we did with it,
Yeah.
And
Totally.
so my advice to you is, if you're thinking it, fuck, I would do it, bro.
Good.
And if you own it, if you can make it cash flow, even again, you don't have to kill it, because the
Yeah.
real money comes in the spread, when your balance goes down and your equity goes up.
Yeah.
So if your cash flow relatively even, you make a
Yeah.
decent amount of money just from the
Equity.
disparity, or whatever the word is, from the
Yeah.
value going up and the balance going down.
Yeah.
And so when I sold some of them years later, cash flow, and I was like, it makes a couple $100 a month, whatever it is, few hundred,
But the
500.
equity is like,
The equity was a game changer, dude. I was
yeah.
like, holy shit.
You guys do some like remodeling or anything at
We did
all?
a little bit in a couple of them.
Yeah.
Initially, the very first ones, mine were brand new, the ones I'm in.
Yeah.
So had them both. The first one was in the process of being built. The second one I just had built from the ground up. The next three were all purchased. The first one was in decent shape, so we could move people in. The next two, honestly, one of them I had to put like 100 grand into, but I got it for like 250 when it was like a $500,000 place.
Wow.
Just someone let it go to shit. So we fixed
Yeah.
it up, made it look good, had people in it, and a couple years later we sold it and made another couple $100,000 selling it.
Nice. That's awesome.
Yeah.
You know how much more
So,
money these guys are making when they're just together?
oh, dude,
I don't know what the
it's
number,
not even
the
close.
stat is, but like to spend 100 or to spend $200 on a cubicle a month, I mean,
Yeah.
dude, like that's
You,
nothing.
what's funny, dude? I remember, and it's so important to me because I know how much it helped me. I
Yeah.
remember when Mike, do you know Mike Killamet? I don't know if you know the name. He was around he retired a couple years ago,
Okay.
but he was my mentor. And
Yeah.
he was with FFL. He was with Sean Mike even before FFL. Like we wouldn't be here without him. You wouldn't be on this call without him. Schmidt, he's helped Schmidt. He's helped Nick. He's helped all those guys.
Got it.
We all go way back. And when we first started, it was actually a manager of his reached out to me and was like, "Hey, Mike's opening an office. He's looking for people to take on an office. Whoever wants to be
Mhm.
part of this. It's $300 a month. You get first come, first serve. We're asking everybody. We have X amount of offices. Are you interested?" And this was end of 2013.
Hmm.
I was like, "Sheesh, 300 a month, huh?"
Yeah.
Let me think about that one. And I gave him
Mhm.
the old think about it. And I
Yeah.
hung up and I was like, "You idiot. Some rich guy just asked if you can sit next to him for $300 a month." So I call back and I'm like, "Yo, I'm in." Like
Yeah.
that's where that's the stage I was at in my career. $300 a month was important to me at the time.
Yeah.
And I called him right back within like 30 seconds. I'm like, "Dude, I'm in. I'm in." And bro, hands down the best decision of my life, because
Yeah.
I said I was in first. I got to pick the office right next to Mike. And
Nice.
so I got to watch this dude sell 30K a month, build his agency, work with his staff. I got to watch him build a company for
Wow.
$300 a month. You know what I mean? I look back and I'm like, yo, if I didn't say yes there, someone else would be doing this interview right now, because I wouldn't have made
Yeah.
it without him.
Yeah.
And
That's
so
cool.
you also have the ability to provide that to other people
Yeah.
that you may not even see yet 5 years down the road. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Some cat's going to sit next to you or one of the managers or someone killing it and go like, dude, without that, my path in life is very different.
Yeah.
So
Totally.
it became so important to me in the way I get to live today, being around that. Because I
Yeah.
didn't know that was a thing. I was very blind. I'm like, office, who cares? I can sit at home. It was a 45-minute drive from my house.
Yeah.
You know what I mean, it wasn't convenient to go to, but
Yeah. For sure. Yeah. I
it
just
taught
knew
me
how,
some stuff.
yeah. I mean, man, I just knew how important it was. So if I wanted to build something and I mean, you're building a company, like the connectivity that you need to have is
Yeah.
going to be so strong.
Yeah.
Dude, you got to be an anomaly for some of these top guys to just roll out of bed and start hitting the phones. I mean, dude, that's Freddie, Mel,
Yeah.
Tom, Matt.
Different.
Dude, these guys are anomalies, bro. They just are
Yeah.
different cats, dude. And that's why I freaking love these guys. And these are,
Yeah.
they help me out so much and they still do. But man, like being
Yeah.
in person helps like take the average Joe Schmo to like another level.
Correct. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's the same with fitness, man. You know, I can go
Yeah.
out and do all the work by myself. Freddie can go out and run hills. And I saw Mel out on the other days doing hill sprints online. You know what I mean? Like they can do that
Yeah.
stuff relatively by themselves. I'm in some endurance type events now.
Yeah.
And next Thursday, this will be out by the time it actually happens. I'm doing 3 marathons in 3 days in the mountains of Utah, Park City, Utah.
What?
So it's 3 mountain marathons. So you go up like 5,000 elevation during the marathon. It's not like a road marathon where it's flat. Like we're in the
Yeah.
woods. And the training for that's been crazy. And so the group that runs it every once in a while, I live near a mountain, right?
Hmm.
It's a small mountain, but for here it's what there is.
Yeah.
And so I do a lot of work there.
Yeah.
And I'm by myself. I don't ever go with anyone. The
Yeah.
company that I'm signed up to the events with, maybe 3 times, they'll put an event on and they're like, hey, 9 o'clock, everyone's going to meet on the mountain. We're going to do our workout, blah, 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 training. 50 people will show up just because someone said, hey, I'm going.
Yeah.
Whereas when nobody goes like, hey, I'm organizing it, dude, people show up sparingly.
Yeah.
And it's just
Wow.
so that concept of like that togetherness and that what that brings, that's in a lot of walks of life where that's
Yeah.
super beneficial.
Yeah.
And people can see what's really happening and see people doing the work and see me sweating my ass off and barely able to breathe and can't run,
Yeah.
you know what I mean, getting cramped. And
Totally. That's a crazy feat though, dude. Are you just like getting bored? You're like, dude, I crushed that, crushed that. What else am I gonna crush? Like,
I like I find that I'm the strongest when I am mentally challenged to something hard that
mm-hmm.
most people won't fight for
Mm-hmm.
because I will fucking make it. I
Yeah.
ain't gonna quit. I'm not gonna quit. Like, you know what I mean? For the most, there's very little I'm not gonna try to do.
Yeah.
And when I'm competing with someone, I'm like, dude, I'm not the fastest by far. I run a
Mhm.
slow mile. I'm like at distance,
Yeah.
like more than 3 miles, dude, I'm a
Yeah.
12-minute mile guy.
I mean, you're like the guy that like passes out before he quits.
I'm
Like,
not quit. I just won't.
you just won't do it.
I'll keep moving. I don't care if it's fast or slow. I don't have to be in first place. I'm not worried about that. I don't have to be the biggest. I'm not that. But
Yeah.
I like, I got through something hard. And a year and a half ago, I was like, I want to do something crazy like a marathon. And I did one. I wanted to do it before I turned 47. And
Yeah.
I'm not a runner by any means. I'm turning into one, which is weird as shit to say. But the thought of a 5K was difficult to me a year and a
Yeah.
half ago. And I
Yeah.
was like, I want to do a marathon. To me, it sounded like the unreachable
Yeah. Totally.
physically.
I'm there. I'm there.
And dude, when I started training for it, I was like, I don't know that I can do this. And shit, 4 months of dedicated training, went out and ran a marathon, a half walk, half ran, but I
Yeah.
did the 26 miles,
But you did it. Yeah.
Yeah, it took me like 7 hours, and I'm like, all right, so the guy from Kenya can do it in an hour and 49 minutes. I'm not that guy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm not the
Right.
guy that's going to do it in 4 hours. I'm just never going to do it. Thursday, Friday, Saturday, every day is a marathon. You
Yeah.
have 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. to finish it.
Yeah.
And when I get there, dude, some of the people that kill it, are like, my buddy does this. He's killing it. And then we get around that guy and he's like, oh, I'm weak as shit here.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, he ran across the country in some record time. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I just try to find what people are doing that's above the average Joe
Yeah.
and go, if he did it, I can do it. Let me figure it
Yeah.
out. And I like doing hard things. Not to mention, dude, at 48, it's getting me fucking ripped. And I'm like, because it keeps my diet on point. It keeps my health.
Yeah.
I've stopped drinking alcohol. You know what I mean? It keeps me in check in the other
Yeah.
areas I'm weak.
That's
No
awesome.
different than being around people keeps you in check from the shit you put off.
Yeah.
So same concept, dude. I'm just trying to live a good life and show people that you can go out and get things if you want them and work hard for them.
Yeah.
You know?
That's cool. That's cool. It's also cool like that like Braden gets to see that too, man.
Yeah. Yeah. I love
That's
it.
cool.
It's my favorite part, dude.
So right when I say Braden, you just smile. You're like,
Yeah. I love it. To think that like one of my kids would do this one day, that wasn't even on my radar, bro. He gets into a dial room now and people see his last name and they're like, who are you?
yeah.
My dad.
Dude,
and he hears all this stuff, but he
Dude,
didn't
we
know
gotta
all
get
the
connected.
stuff.
I gotta meet Braden. I think him and I would connect, and I think
Yeah.
we would vibe
Yeah.
well
I mean, I'm
together.
trying to keep him, he goes to a cool little private school, Christian school here, and I'm trying to keep his head straight because I'm like, I believe in that stuff. I don't know how to teach it. I didn't grow up
Yeah.
that way. I believe go
Yeah.
to the school, they'll teach you. So we started looking at college. I took him on a college tour last week to the Samford in Alabama.
Okay.
Never heard of it. Super nice, Christian based, like, expensive,
Yeah.
but small in the same type of people.
Totally.
I'm like, all right, you should go there instead of UGA or something. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Yeah. Totally.
So I'm just trying to keep him around good people, dude. And the next part of life for him is learning how to make money on his own because daddy
Yeah.
can't do it forever.
Yeah.
I can just be the example. So I'd love to do that and have him around some other people. I got him around Freddie and Mel
Oh
and
yeah.
those guys, and I'm trying to
Oh
get him
yeah.
around
Be
good
careful
circles,
with that,
man.
man. But
Yeah. Hey,
yeah.
best I can do is
Yeah.
be like, yo, take the good and leave the bad.
Yeah. No, I'm
You know.
playing. Cool, man.
But yeah.
Super fun.
Anything you want to add, man? Final thing. Anything we didn't talk about that you want to, or just a message to the people watching? Anything that seems important to you? I'll let you end it however you want. I
Yeah,
always give the guests pick of the litter, man.
for sure. What I'll say to this, I'm such a I'm a builder. Like
Hmm.
I said this earlier, but like since I was a kid, man, I always want to just do something great with my life. And I haven't had like a pinch me moment yet because I feel like nothing's actually like really happened yet. Other people will be
Yeah.
like, "Wow, that's so cool of what you're doing," and
Yeah.
I get that way sometimes, and I don't know what that moment will be like for me, where it's just surreal, like that this has actually happened. Um, but if there's anything that I do know, and I just kind of anchor my confidence in when you're building something, is the idea of truly building a track record for other people to run on.
Yeah.
Because when I first got in this business, I said, look, I don't even want to talk about recruiting. I don't want to talk about prospecting. Let me go out there and learn how to sell insurance. Just give me time. Like I'm gonna figure it out, but let me go and do that because I know if I want any shot of recruiting a Logan Merritt, a Roy Clancy, a
Yeah.
Logan Relfs, a Tyler Wolf, a Miles White, it's like they're not going to just go and follow any Joe Schmo. It's like these
Mm-mm.
guys got to see what I've done. They've got to
Yeah.
see that they can be successful here. And so if you don't know what to do, it's like go and freaking produce and make it happen and trailblaze the way. And people will
Yeah.
follow you. But that's
They
step number
will.
one. And that's leadership, man. Like you can't teach what you don't know and you can't lead where you won't go. And people can trust the people here and our leaders here because they know we're not going to ask them to do something that we're not willing to do ourselves or haven't already done 10,000 times.
It's a killer point, dude. It's leading the way, man.
Yeah.
And people can't BS you. That's why when they work with me, I'm like, suck it up, Buttercup. I got it. I'm aware.
Exactly, dude. These guys talking about working old leads got no idea.
Yeah,
No
trust
idea.
me. I'm
Yeah.
aware.
Yeah. Got no
I love
idea,
it. I
you
love
know?
it.
So
Good shit,
that's
bro.
my last sentiment. Yeah.
I appreciate it. I know my team has all your contact info, so we'll share all your stuff and promote the shit out of you guys when
Well,
it goes
yeah.
live.
It's Life
Um,
Pros
yeah, yeah. Life
on,
Pros on
on
online. There you go. Y'all
Instagram.
want to follow them? Hit them up, check them out, and I appreciate you taking time out, dude. Went a little over, so I appreciate you
Yeah,
spending
man.
some time with me and getting to know you, dude. It's been cool. So let's
Yeah.
figure out how to do some stuff together. And if I can ever help, dude, please let me know.
Yeah, I will. Thanks, John.
All
Appreciate
right,
you.
man.
We'll
All
talk
right,
soon.
guys. See
Bye.
ya.